Oh, baby. Do you hear that? That, my lad, is a rancor. Hello, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban. Thank you to everyone that subscribed last week. We hit 700 subscribers. I'm really appreciative, so thank you very much if you are one of my new subscribers. And if you're brand new here, I would encourage you to subscribe. You don't have to, but if you like Star Wars and discussions, reactions, a lot of good talk about the deeper, more philosophical aspects of the Star Wars universe, I would encourage you to subscribe. You don't have to, but we will be doing a mustache mug giveaway at 750 subscribers, so please subscribe to do that. And I always do live streams and I bring people on that are subscribers, so that might be you. You might be able to join the show and we'll have some discussion maybe this coming Monday about the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 7, which is what we're reacting to today. I am extremely excited. I don't think I've ever been this hyped for Star Wars in my entire life. So if you're just here for the reaction, go ahead and skip forward. That's fine if you do. But as a quick little recap of the series so far, I don't really know what to expect out of this finale because we have pretty much been all over the place so far in this series. We got chapter 1 where, okay, this is a different tone than we expected, a lot more flashbacks as some people called them. I just viewed it as two separate timelines. I was okay with it. I like weird storytelling like that. I mean, Tenet is my favorite movie. And then chapter 2 was amazing. It was a longer episode. We got the train sequence. Just a lot of fun. We got a lot of lore to the Tuskens and their background and their culture. And then fast forward to this chapter 5, the Mandalorian episode. We got so much more lore about the Mandalorians, or as I called it, Mandalore. And it just seems like they're bringing a lot of stuff from the old EU, from Legends, back into canon. And there was one quote that the Armorer said that I found particularly interesting. She was talking about the mythosaurs and the Mandalorian culture, and she said, sadly, it only exists in Legends. And I have felt that way about so many things in the Star Wars universe. This is an awesome story. Sadly, it only exists in Legends. This character was amazing. Sadly, they only exist in Legends. And so if nothing else, this show has done a great job of taking a lot of those things and brought them back into official canon. Now, we've had discussions before on this channel about what does canon even mean at this point. Star Wars, there's such an oversaturation of Star Wars media out there, especially if you include the old EU. You can pick and choose whatever you want to be your personal canon. Head canon is the best canon. If you don't like something, just don't accept it as Star Wars. And I know a lot of people are kind of bummed about this whole Mandoverse thing setting up and ultimately leading to the sequel trilogy. And the way I'm viewing it is, as much as I don't like the sequel trilogy, we can enjoy the ride along the way. So I will enjoy what they give us along the way until it gets, knocking on that door of the sequel trilogy and I just can't get behind it anymore. I'll enjoy it as long as I can. And then when I get to that point, then, maybe I'll have to call it quits on that particular timeline. I don't know. But we had a great live stream this last Monday with X-Wing and Master Paul of the Star Wars guys and Father Time about what could happen in this finale, and none of us really wanted to call anything specific that we wanted to see out of this episode. I said I really hope that the Tatooine stuff wraps up in this series. If the whole deal between the Pikes and the Boba Fett and the New Republic, if there's a larger conflict, I want that to be explored in a future series, and this can set up for that. But I'd prefer the actual first battle, if you want to call it that, to take place on Tatooine and be done with it. I don't really want this to be a massive cliffhanger as far as we don't get the rest of the story that we need. I want this to wrap up. The Tatooine part of it needs to be done, and then we can focus on maybe reestablishing Mandalore or the actual Crimson Dawn, Pike Syndicate major conflict that we can explore after that. But there's a lot of questions, and really, based on what they've been giving us, we really don't have a whole lot of idea what's going to happen in this last episode. I just logged on to Disney Plus and I see that it is 62 minutes, so a little bit longer of an episode, but I still don't know how they're going to wrap everything up in 1 hour, but we'll figure it out. We're going to get into it in just a second. I forgot to put in some beard oil. Oh, that feels better. I don't know if it even looks any different. And if I look tired, I am. It's 4 a.m. almost here, and I'm still a little bit sick. But we're going to get into this. Really excited. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, you forgot your captuna.
I'm actually going to buy one of the ice cream makers and make it into a Camtono. Probably make it into a video. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. All right, here we go. Last time until Kenobi. I love it. It feels really Star Wars for me. That intro now, which is really cool. All right, here we go. Yeah, there is that conflict between Boba and Fennec. A lot of people picked up on that so far. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, baby. Come on, rocket boots. I want to see some rocket boots.
Did you convince the Marshal to remain neutral?
Yes.
I want Tusken Raider tribe in the desert.
They no longer exist.
Who did it? Who did it?
Yes. We destroyed them ourselves.
Of course, it was the Pikes.
Does Fett know that?
I love how furry that Ithorian is. In the name of honor. 1 X-Wing? Could that be Red 5 already? I don't mind her character as much, considering she was my least favorite character in all of Star Wars. Is it just Grogu? Is it no one? It's just Grogu. He came back. R2. I can't believe it. We're getting R2 on screen again.
Grogu? Whoa, that's a terrible Sorry about that, pal. No way am I calling you that.
That's so funny. I love it. I love it. Because there's so many. He's wearing the chainmail. Okay. Because so many people still don't like the name Grogu. That's that's the only thing I call him. But some people are like, no, I'm not calling him that. So does this mean that Luke gave him the lightsaber as well? Or does this mean that he chose Mando and thus taking us to the sequel trilogy timeline? Because that was a big choice that he had. I don't know.
We will see them.
There is someone here to see you.
I thought you said nobody could sneak up on us.
Oh, baby. What is he going to say?
The Pike Syndicate.
You mean the one that massacred your Tusken family and blamed it on a speed bike gang?
Man. Oh, that's a low blow. Oh, that's true. Oh, Bane has beef with both of them. And he can take both of them.
You're going soft in your old age.
We all do.
Man. Ooh. Uh-oh.
It's a coordinated attack. We'll have to gather our people.
There's no way
I didn't see them with parachutes.
We need to take up. Get to the sanctuary.
Hey,
Thank you.
Manners.
If I may offer an alternative, vestiges remain of my accent, but I was educated on Coruscant. Not that that makes me better in any way.
It absolutely does, kind of.
Finishing on your behalf.
I knew it. I don't remember who called it. I think it was previewed that called it that they were going to use him to negotiate on their behalf.
Give me your tablet.
Datapad. I'd laugh so hard if they just like shot him as soon as he walked out the door.
Following offer. Nothing. And it.
What?
And your spice trade. fertilized with the bodies of your dead.
What?
His words.
Yes, let's go. Okay, this is dope. Oh, we got some dual jetpack action. This is sick. This is sick. Get back up. Always get back up. Whew. So sick. There we go. There we go. That's so sick. That was fantastic. That was great.
I'm sorry about the marshal.
So is he dead?
Didn't have to come here.
Uh-oh. Dude. These are like next level droidicas. Yeah, good luck. That's not gonna work. Yes. I don't think that did anything. Ooh, that's so sick.
You protect the others. I can distract them for a spell. Why? Watch out!
Rancor. Rancor. Get the Rancor.
Hey, Mando! Look who's here!
What? I'm happy to see you too. I didn't know when I'd see you again.
Oh, baby. Do you hear that? That, my lad, is a Rancor. Oh, baby. So sick. It's damaged.
Don't move.
Just like a video game. That feels cool. He just pulled out one of the couplings.
Do it.
He did it. And it's still just a baby.
I am not a threat.
Nice head tails. Come on, get behind me, pretty face. Pelly has you covered.
What the heck? You know what? They would go very well together. I must say. Wilhelm. Yes.
One thing I can't figure. What's your angle?
This is my city. These are my people. Don't toy with me. I'm not a little boy any longer.
I'm still faster than you.
Dang.
Now's about the time you jet off to your Bacta tank.
This is my city.
This isn't the first time I beat you out on a job. I knew you were a killer.
Holy cow. He's gone. He's just got a speeder. Take a nap. He protect, he attack, but most important, he and Rancor take nap. Yes, he's up in there.
No.
It's like my daughter in the backseat. Mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy.
All right.
That's sick. They're saying Fett. I didn't notice that before. Did they do that before? Boba Fett? Well, that is the Book of Boba Fett. As far as I know, we're getting a second season. Just in the way they've talked about it, but nothing's been officially announced. I don't think we need a second season. I think Mandalorian Season 3 will be great. We'll explore more of the Mandalorian culture. We'll get into Din Djarin trying to redeem himself in the eyes of Death Watch. But as far as Boba Fett, I'm happy with the series. Overall, I'm happy with his last episode. I said in my live stream last Monday, if this episode doesn't do anything terrible, I'll be okay. Because what we got in Chapter 6 was so amazing. All they had to do was just kind of coast it out to the finish. This episode was great. Not my favorite. I put it probably middle, higher tier. I don't know, maybe third or fourth place. A lot of really cool things in this episode. We got the Rancor, Boba riding the Rancor. We got Boba and Din fighting with their jetpacks at the same time. We got knee rockets and whistling birds in the same shot, same scene. Boba's back. There was a few times in here where they spoke directly to the audience or in place of the audience where, for example, Cad Bane said, like, why don't you go jet back to your Bacta tank or something like that. Like, that's what a lot of people were saying, like, you've gone soft in your old age. Like, they've done that quite a few times during this series. They've anticipated how the fans would react to certain plot lines or character points or something like that. They anticipated those things and they responded in the way that some of the characters had dialogue. Fennec in one of the episodes said, living with the Tuskens has made you soft. So they're aware of that. I'm really glad they addressed it. Boba in this episode was great, and I know people are going to say, well, then why didn't we get this Boba the whole show? Because that's what they went with, okay? If you don't like it, don't watch the series again. No, I'm probably going to rewatch all of it just because that's what I do. I'm probably going to watch this episode a few more times because that's what I do. And then, of course, on Monday, we're going to talk about it because that's what we do. So starting back in the beginning of the episode, we get Cad Bane talking with the Pike leader and the mayor, Mok Shaiz. And we all knew what was coming. We knew it was going to lead to this eventual battle. I didn't know the battle was going to be as long as it was. But now that I think about it, they really were able to wrap up all this stuff with time to spare, pretty much. All the questions that we had going into this. Grogu chose the chainmail vest, obviously. But we don't know what Luke's response was. Some people were thinking that maybe if Grogu chose the lightsaber, Luke would give him both. And we don't know. So we don't know what Luke's response is. We don't know if Grogu is going to go back to Luke. And again, we don't know if this is that deciding factor that leads to the sequel trilogy. And I think Star Wars Obsession was the one who pointed it out. If that's the case, if Luke doesn't train Grogu, that is what leads to Ben being his first student and ultimately leading to the sequel trilogy. So, Din is responsible for the sequel trilogy. Now, to me, that doesn't mean anything because, again, I'll enjoy as much as I can up to the point where we start knocking on that door of the sequel trilogy and I can't really enjoy it anymore. But I'm along for the ride until we get there. I don't know. Setting up for the final battle, there was a lot of that with, Black Chrysanthemum and the Gamorreans and the mod squad being set up in different parts of the town. It just felt a little bit cheesy to me. I didn't really love that. We got the fight between Boba and Cad Bane that we wanted. Cad Bane proved that he was the best, but he'd never fought against a Bantha toothpick before. Now, I know people are going to say Cad Bane went out too easy. He fought Jedi and won, so how could he just be taken out by a gaffy stick? He's old, so quick, yes. Quick on the draw, yes. Like, absolutely, unquestionable. He's untouchable. But to hand-to-hand combat, which is what was his downfall, I mean, he's old, especially for Duros. I think they live a little bit, their average lifespan is a little bit less than humans. So you got to imagine he's the equivalent of what, 75 or 80 in human years. Even if your reflexes are killer, which I've seen some pro shooters, up near that age that are amazing on their quick draws. Jerry Michalek is one of them. But you put him in, judo or something, jiu-jitsu, they're not going to have as great of a time. So even though Cad Bane is one of the best bounty hunters of all time, probably, it makes sense why he lost when it came to the hand-to-hand stuff. He didn't expect Boba to pull out the gaffy stick and defend himself the way he did. It is a little bit sad that Cad Bane is gone. I will say that, because we can't get more Cad Bane. But Bad Batch Season 2, we absolutely could. We didn't see Bosk. We didn't see Dengar. There's a lot of people they could have brought in, but they didn't. We obviously didn't get Mace Windu or Cal Kestis or some other people, but honestly, I was kind of happy they didn't have any needless cameos like that. Luke and Ahsoka in the previous episode didn't feel like a needless cameo. It felt like the story required it, and although it probably could have been saved for Mandalorian Season 3, it didn't feel out of place. If the story requires for a cameo, I don't consider it to be a cameo. I just consider it to be a character appearance. Cameo to me is more like someone in the background that happens to be another character that you see, like the two guys from A New Hope that have the fight with Luke in the bar that end up showing themselves in Rogue One. That's a cameo. But people are even calling Bane in the last episode a cameo. And it's like, no, he's the character that they brought into the screen. It's not a cameo unless he was just walking in the background. Boba riding the Rancor was super dope. Grogu taming him at the end was super dope. And I have to wonder how much training did he get from Luke? And is he going back to Luke, or are we done with Luke? Because if he doesn't go back to Luke, and he chose for sure, and Luke was hard about that decision of, you choose the chainmail, you choose the Mandalorian, you forsake the way of the Jedi, he's not going to let him back. Does that mean we're not going to get Luke in the Mandalorian Season 3? Does that mean we're not going to get Luke at all after this? I don't know. I hope not. I don't know. I guess I'll leave you guys with this. Something that Kyle Katarn brought up on the stream when I had him on the other day. Star Wars at this point is like, you have your action figure, your favorite toy, and you know how you play with that toy. You know what the character's supposed to do, how they're supposed to fight, what they're supposed to say, and then you hand your toy off to some other kid and they're playing with it. And as soon as they start doing something, you're like, no, that's not how he shoots, that's not how he talks, that's not how he fights, and it's tough giving over that control to someone else. It's not a comfortable feeling. And that's why I keep going back to the, if you like it, great. If you don't, sorry. Because ultimately, Disney does not owe us anything. And I know a lot of people call other people shills for Disney. Disney's not paying me anything. But Disney doesn't owe us anything. This is a gift. And we don't owe Disney anything. We don't have to appreciate everything that they give us. We'll call stuff out, like the modern gaming. Like I said, I would be okay if they just weren't in the show. But that's going to do it for this episode. Very happy with the Book of Boba Fett overall. I know people have had their gripes, but hopefully they got the little bit of Boba that they wanted in this episode, and that can help them overcome the criticisms that they had against the rest of the show. I'm very excited, and like I said, as long as this last episode was decent, I would be okay because of what we got in Chapter 6. So overall with the series, I'm happy. Very much looking forward to Kenobi. A little bit worried, but we'll see. If anything, this series proved that they love Star Wars, that they're passionate about it, because there's things that they added in that they would not add in unless they were true fans. So whether the final product is great from a television standpoint, from a show or a story writing standpoint, that's less important to me than knowing that the people that made it are passionate about it. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you very much for watching. If you've been here since the very beginning of the video, I really appreciate your time. And I will see you wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy.